Guess I'm gonna get a little tan here. So, if you are seeing this, that means that I officially started my YouTube channel. So, welcome. My name is David Nielsen. I figured I'd do a introduction video just so you could get to know me, why I started lifting, what I plan to do here, just everything like that. Just figured I'd do an introduction video. So I wrote down 10 things just to get to know me a little bit before you start watching my content. So first, my name is David Nielsen. I am 21 years old. I'm the youngest of 3 kids. I have an older brother and an older sister. My sister's 28 and she lives in Minnesota. And my brother lives with me at home here, and he is 4 years older than me, so he's 25. I grew up in Illinois, which is in the United States, from another country. So, who and what got me into fitness? So there were 2 factors for reasons why I started lifting. The first one was definitely my brother. He was an inspiration for me growing up. I kind of emulated him. He played lacrosse, I played lacrosse. It was just kind of, I followed in his footsteps. And when he started lifting, I kind of caught on, saw how big he was getting, saw his muscles, how strong he got, and I wanted to be like that too. So I eventually asked him to help me with that, and then I started lifting at 14 years old. The second thing was in high school, I had an upperclassman that used to, I guess, bully me. And I basically just wanted to be able to defend myself. So I started lifting. I wanted to get as big and strong as possible because he was older than me, bigger than me. I mean, I would have had no chance had I not started lifting. So that got me into it, and I really just had a different mindset back then. It was basically just grind time 24/7. I was working out 2 times a day, every single day of the week, and then I obviously had practice for lacrosse too, so I was really into fitness, into getting in shape. And when I started to develop kind of muscle and a little bit of an ego, a lot of my fellow classmates used to think it was funny, so I kind of became like a little bit of a laughing stock, and I kind of took that really to heart, and it just pushed me harder and harder, and no matter what, I mean, I wanted to be the strongest dude in my school. So that was kind of what started me out, and since I was young, it just kind of stuck with it. So I've been lifting for 7 years now. As far as hobbies outside of lifting goes, I love playing video games. Pretty filthy at Apex Legends, but I also like single player games, stuff like that. I really like watching anime. I am quite the weeb. I've watched over 100 anime, so it's kind of a thing of mine. I've been doing it since I was in like 8th grade. It all started with Dragon Ball Z. I even have a tattoo of Goku on my foot, so huge fan of anime. Love playing lacrosse. I grew up playing it, started playing it when I was in 6th grade. And when I was young, that was my dream. I always wanted to be a professional lacrosse player. It was that. I wanted to be like Paul Rabel. Dude was my icon, my model. I wanted to be like him. I wanted to play professional lacrosse, and so from 6th grade onward, I grinded my butt off. And then in high school, I had a decent amount of offers to play D3 lacrosse, but money was an issue, so I decided not to. So I do miss it. I do want to play some men's leagues eventually, but it's definitely a pastime of mine that I used to love. I used to be a stringer. Used to string everybody's sticks on my team, so it's something that I definitely miss, but I'll definitely pick up eventually. And I also really like just learning more about the human body, really into kinesiology, exercise science, stuff like that. Anything that I can kind of dig my teeth into when it comes to learning about exercise or the anatomy of the human body, I absolutely love it. I mean, I watch so many YouTube videos about it. I spend a lot of time on YouTube, obviously watching, entertaining content, but also just educational content too. I really like, it's just something that I really enjoy learning about. It's just the body. So as far as education goes, I am a certified personal trainer through the National Academy of Sports Medicine, so I'm a NASM CPT. I got that last year. I kind of just wanted to get that just so I can at least understand on how to train or how to coach somebody. Right now, I'm actually currently taking the PSL1 coaching course, which is through Jordan Shallow, who's a chiropractor. This one is a little bit more in depth on how to become a really good coach. So I'm taking that right now because I want to really be able to help online clients better themselves. I don't want to just sell a program and just give it to them and then just say see you later. I really actually want to help these people better themselves, so I decided this is the first step, and then I hopefully eventually will take the other courses past PSL 1. And as far as education goes in the future, I do want to get a degree in kinesiology. Hopefully I'll get a master's degree in exercise physiology. And then if all things go well and I do well in school, I will eventually go into physical therapy. I want to become a DPT. So that is the long-term goal. It's a while from now, but yeah, we'll see. As far as motivation goes, what drives me, it's definitely my family members and the people around me. I have a really, really tight crew around me. Call them Team ESP. Shout out those boys. I love them to death. They are the reason I train as hard as I do, and no way in hell would I get as far as I have without them. Every single time we go to the gym together and we lift as a group, screaming at each other, cracked out on pre. It's hard to fail in front of those boys, so I love them. And as far as that goes, too, I obviously have family around me, and they support me, they love me, everything like that. So that keeps me going. But I really give a lot of my credit in the gym to my boys and everybody that follows me on social media. And aside from that, I just want to be successful. I want to be older and have a family. Very settled, very established. I just want to be successful when it comes to this stuff, so I take it very seriously. Some of my favorite influencers, if you're gonna write down a few and what makes them important to me, David Lade. I absolutely love that guy. I've been following him since I was in 8th grade almost, and he had the same name as me, so of course I associated myself with him. I'm like, oh, he's also David, so I like this guy. But I absolutely love his content, his quality, just the way he films everything, the way he makes everything. I aspire to be like that someday. Right now I'm probably just going to be sticking with YouTube Shorts, but I eventually want to move to that quality and that tier of content later on. I really like John Skywalker, just for his open and honesty about everything. He's one of the realest people in the industry, and I aspire to be like that. He has been open about everything and anything that you can be open about in the fitness industry, and obviously his aesthetic has helped too. He was the first guy, I know I saw Ziz and David Lade, but he was the first guy that I saw and I was like, I want that physique, I want to be that aesthetic. And so when I was 14 years old, I was hitting the full and stuff like that, because I was just like, man, this guy is an inspiration as all heck. So I really like his honesty. Aside from him, James and Sush, absolutely love the Modcast and watched every single episode a couple times. I really, really like those guys for the openness and realness too. They're young like me, and they're open about everything. They're not saying that they're natty and just BSing all the younger generation, because it's not cool. You're inspiring so many younger kids, and when you're a liar and you're fake, it's horrible for the kids' mental. So I really appreciate their realness. And then lastly, obviously Coach Greg and Daddy Noel. I really appreciate their business and purpose at the same time. I can tell that they know their position in the fitness industry. They know how much people and how many people look up to them, and they just have a purpose of kind of taking care of the industry as those father figures almost. They post really solid content, and really they have this business mindset that I just aspire to have eventually. They go in, they post their videos. Greg's posting 14 videos a week. It's insane. And Noel, the quality of his shorts are just unmatched. So I really appreciate their business, but also just the way they approach everything. It's really admirable. So why me? What I want to do is I want to inspire people through truthfulness and honesty. I am a natural now. I figure I'm pretty strong. I'm on the pretty strong spectrum. I have a decent physique, I'll say. I don't want to float my ego too much, but I want to be as truthful and honest as possible. I think that is the way that you can really garner a good following is just being with open and honest about it. If I ever choose to join the dark side, I promise I will be open about it immediately when it happens, and exactly what I'm doing. Not exactly to the T of like dosages and stuff like that. I don't want to, influence the wrong kids to do the wrong things, but I just feel like being open with your usage and what you do completely can only benefit you. I think that honesty is the number one thing that a human quality can have. So I really do want to, for as long as I am, I don't know when I'm going to pull that trigger. I know I probably will at some point, but for as long as I am natural, I really want to inspire those to see what a natural lifter can attain, both physique and strength wise. So I do have a few people that I know that look up to me and in my close circle, and I'm inspiring to them with my strength that I have, mainly my deadlift, because 600-pound deadlift, not to float my boat, but I have some people that are, not even halfway there, and they tell me, dude, like you're like an inspiration to me, and it means the world to me to hear that. So I really want to expand that audience and expand that reach as far as I can. I also want to just reach out and help those kids that are going through high school, went through the same things I went through. Bullying is a horrible, horrible thing. It's very taxing on your mental, and it's really difficult to open up about it. It's really hard to go to somebody and talk to them about it. I was extremely silent. If my parents ever do watch this video, they're probably going to be mind blown by the fact that it definitely happened, and it was a huge problem in my life in high school. I didn't talk to them. I only told probably 3 people in my entire life that had happened, but it was tormenting me for almost 4 years. So it was a pretty big thing, and I do want to help kids, teenagers that go through that, because it had a lasting impact on how I am. So also, I've had a lot of bouts with body weight changes. I used to be an absolute twig in high school. I was a stick. I started lifting, so obviously my testosterone was a little boosted, so I thought I was bigger than I actually was, but I look back now and I was $170 and I was super skinny. I mean, I had no muscle at all. Then after high school, when I graduated, I packed on 50 pounds. I am not lying, 50 pounds in 1 year, just because of how in shape I was. Versus when I got to college, I wasn't playing lacrosse and I wasn't lifting 2 times a day because I just had less worries in my life. I was less stressed, and I just started packing on mass, and I gained 50 pounds, but it was 50 pounds of fat. So I went from about 180 senior year to 230 pounds, and I was very, very overweight. It was a lot of fat, and just recently last year, I cut almost all of that. I got down to my lowest, which is 193, and currently, as I'm filming this, I am 199. I'm going for 180, and I actually want to get back to there because I want to be shredded to the gills. It's just something I've always wanted. So I feel like I can help those kids who have been really skinny, because I was there too, and also those who are overweight, because I went through both phases, and I feel like that's something that not a lot of people have been through, and it's something that definitely stands out about me. So my goals with this page, so I am going to start posting YouTube shorts. I'm going to start posting workouts and PR videos. I think that those are kind of all I have right now. Eventually I'll get a pretty solid physique that I can start doing like posing videos, but I obviously want to learn how to pose, because I don't want to be that guy who's posting, doing videos and posing when he has no idea what he's doing. So might get a coach or somebody to really teach me and educate me on how to do it. But as of now, it's just going to be workout videos. I have tons. I think I have over like 60 workouts that are fully filmed. I just have to edit them and shorten them so I can throw them on YouTube Shorts, and then those will be up. And then PR videos as they come. I'll try and bring the hype as much as possible. Because I'm cutting right now, I'm not PRing as much, but I was on a pretty good state. I went from 545 to 585 to 600 within 3 months, so my deadlift just blew the hell up. I do want to do that. It's just a matter of, can I at this body weight? So aside from that, I eventually want to graduate into vlogs. Once I hopefully make it in the industry, I do want to do vlogs and eventually post workout, like complete videos, almost like James and Sush and David Lade do. That's the type of content I want to gravitate towards, and I eventually want to just get to that point because that's just the type of content I want to be posting. I just feel like the YouTube algorithm right now with YouTube Shorts is just the way to go. I will still post shorts if that's like what my fans desire. I'll keep that up because obviously I'm going to establish a base with that, so I might as well keep it up. So, and then I will also do workout tutorials. So I eventually do want to sell a program once I finish PSL 1 and I at least know how to coach. I want to establish like a really well-made program. So I'm going to actually do workout tutorials for the workouts that are going to be on that program. So it'll be a short, probably a minute, 30 seconds. And it's going to be me going over the lift, how to do it, how to execute it, how I execute it, how you should be feeling. I just want to do that, and it can be really helpful, especially with the big three like deadlift, squat, and bench. I have so many people messaging me about it, like how do you deadlift, how do you do what you do, why do you do this the way you do it. So I feel like that is a good start for just educating everybody. Goals for the industry. So when I make it, I eventually want to have a clothing sponsorship. Everybody does. I'd love to have a lifestyle and an athletic one. If it's a company that does both, perfect. But yeah, I mean, I just want to be able to make a living doing this in the industry. So the only way I can really do that is through eventually through programming and coaching. But I feel like sponsorships and having a following that is very loyal to you would definitely help. So clothing sponsorships definitely on there. Same thing with supplement sponsorship. Supplements are pretty important for almost anybody who's into lifting, especially protein powder, stuff like that. So being able to be provided that, and then also being able to give people the best product or a product that I really believe in is definitely my goal there. And aside from that, I just genuinely want to be a role model and an inspiration for those who follow me, watch me. It's always been a dream of mine to help younger people. When I was in high school, I wanted to be a high school teacher. When I was going to college, that's what I eventually wanted to do. I wanted to just help those who are younger with just education as a role model. I just want to be somebody that is looked up to. It's been a dream since I was little. I mean, my first dream was to be a professional lacrosse player. Like, I wanted to be Paul Rabel. That was my guy. So I wanted kids to look up to me and ask me for advice, ask me for help, and I wanted to help them as much as I can. It's just always been something that I've wanted to do, and I think that through the fitness industry I can really help people, especially with body dysmorphia. I feel like that's a pretty big problem for the younger generation, especially with all of the dishonesty and fakeness in the industry right now. I feel like we're on the better road now. We're on a better path with Noel. I feel like his openness is really admirable, and I feel like it's definitely helping a lot of people, but there are still a lot of people in the industry that are not open about it, and that is one thing that drives me nuts. So I never want to be like that. I want to be the complete opposite of that, and I want to inspire those people that would look up to me. So if you did enjoy this video, please feel free to like and subscribe, share it with friends, share it with your family. Any support is deeply appreciated. I really want to do this. Like, this is something that I've wanted since I was young. I mean, I always wanted to be a gaming channel. Didn't really know I would get into fitness the way I did, but that's kind of the path I'm on now. Eventually, a gaming channel would be pretty dope if I get a pretty solid following, but I'm going to stick with fitness for now. So yeah, like, share, subscribe, send it to your cousins, family, everything, friends. If you do like me, feel free to follow me on my social medias. I will post a link to all of them in the bio below, in the description below. And yeah, any support, like I said, is deeply appreciated. It means the world to me. So I hope you guys will enjoy what I post very soon. Hopefully this was a pretty solid video. I decided to do raw, uncut, just me being me. There's probably a lot of ums and likes and so's, but hey, I mean, I want to be as real as possible, and not cutting that stuff out is the way to go. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and have a good one.